Today, I want to talk about something very simple, very cheap, and extremely powerful. Something people fear without understanding. Something that has been misunderstood for decades, and that is eggs. Specifically, what really happens inside your body when you eat 3 to 4 eggs every single day. Not sometimes, not once in a while, but daily. Because when you do that consistently, very deep changes start happening at the cellular level. First, let's understand one basic truth. The human body is built from nutrients, not calories. Calories only measure heat. They do not measure nutrition. Eggs are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. That means in a small volume, you are getting a massive amount of vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and high-quality protein that your body can actually use. When you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, the first thing that improves is protein efficiency. Egg protein is called a complete protein. That means it contains all essential amino acids in the exact ratio your body needs. This is very important because your muscles, enzymes, hormones, and immune system are all made from amino acids. If your protein quality is poor, your body struggles to repair itself. Egg protein has the highest biological value. This means your body absorbs and uses it better than almost any other protein source. When you eat eggs daily, muscle repair becomes faster, recovery improves, weakness reduces, and fatigue slowly disappears. This is especially important for people who feel tired even after sleeping, because that often points to poor protein utilization. Now let's talk about the brain. The brain is mostly fat, but not just any fat. It needs very specific fats and nutrients to function properly. Eggs contain choline, and choline is one of the most critical nutrients for brain health. Most people are deficient in choline without knowing it. Choline is required to make acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in memory, learning, focus, and mood. When you eat eggs regularly, memory sharpens, mental fog reduces, and focus improves. People often say they feel more alert and mentally clear when eggs are part of their daily diet. Choline also protects the brain from age-related decline. It supports nerve insulation, meaning it helps signals travel faster in your nervous system. That's why eggs are extremely important for students, professionals, and older adults. Now let's move to hormones. This is where eggs become very controversial, but also very powerful. Hormones are made from cholesterol, testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, vitamin D, aldosterone. All of these are steroid hormones, and they require cholesterol as a building block. For years, people were told to avoid cholesterol. That advice damaged hormonal health on a massive scale.
When you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, you are giving your body the raw material it needs to produce balanced hormones.
In men, this often supports healthy testosterone levels. This doesn't mean eggs magically increase testosterone beyond normal, but they help restore normal production when the body is deficient. In women, eggs support estrogen balance and progesterone production, which is essential for mood stability, fertility, and menstrual health. Egg yolks also contain fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K2. These vitamins cannot be absorbed without fat. Eggs already contain the fat needed for absorption, making them a complete system. Vitamin D supports immunity and bones. Vitamin A supports vision and skin. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant. Vitamin K2 directs calcium to bones instead of arteries. Now let's talk about the heart, because this is where fear comes in. Eggs contain cholesterol, yes, but dietary cholesterol does not equal blood cholesterol in most people. The liver produces cholesterol based on need. When you eat cholesterol, your liver often produces less. It is a feedback system. Eggs tend to increase HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol. HDL helps remove excess cholesterol from arteries and transports it back to the liver for recycling. This is protective. Many studies show that egg consumption does not increase heart disease risk in healthy individuals. The real problem is not eggs. The real problem is sugar, refined carbohydrates, seed oils, and chronic inflammation. Eggs do not cause inflammation. In fact, they contain antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress. Now let's talk about blood sugar. Eggs have almost zero carbohydrates. This means they do not spike insulin. When you eat eggs daily, especially in the morning, blood sugar stabilizes. This reduces cravings, prevents energy crashes, and supports fat burning. People who eat eggs for breakfast often eat fewer calories throughout the day without trying. This is because protein and fat trigger satiety hormones like peptide YY and GLP-1. You feel full, satisfied, and calm. This is why eggs are extremely useful for weight loss. Not because they burn fat directly, but because they control hunger naturally. Hunger control is everything in fat loss. Eggs do this without stress on the body. Now let's move to the eyes. Eggs contain lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids that accumulate in the retina. They act like internal sunglasses. They protect the eyes from blue light, oxidative damage, and age-related degeneration. If you stare at screens all day, eggs are one of the best foods you can eat. Regular egg consumption is associated with lower risk of cataracts and macular degeneration. These nutrients are better absorbed from eggs than from vegetables because of the fat content. Now let's talk about the immune system. Eggs contain selenium, zinc, vitamin A, vitamin D, and high-quality protein. All of these are critical for immune defense. When you eat eggs daily, your immune response becomes stronger and more efficient. Protein is required to make antibodies. Vitamin A supports mucosal barriers. Selenium reduces viral replication. Zinc supports white blood cell function. Eggs bring all of this together in one food. Now let's talk about hair, skin, and nails. Eggs contain biotin, sulfur-containing amino acids, and collagen-supporting nutrients. Biotin deficiency causes hair thinning, brittle nails, and skin problems. Eggs are one of the best natural sources of biotin. When eggs are eaten consistently, hair strength improves, shedding reduces, nails become stronger, and skin texture improves. This is not cosmetic, this is structural repair from the inside. Now let's talk about the liver. Choline in eggs prevents fat accumulation in the liver. This is extremely important because non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is very common today. Without enough choline, fat gets trapped in the liver. Eggs support liver detoxification pathways. They help export fat from the liver and support bile production. Bile is needed to digest fats and remove toxins. When bile flow improves, digestion improves, bloating reduces, and nutrient absorption increases. Now let's talk about inflammation. Eggs contain antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin and anti-inflammatory fats. When eggs are cooked gently, they do not cause inflammation. Overcooking or frying in damaged oils is the real issue. How you eat eggs matters. Boiled egg, poached eggs, soft scrambled eggs cooked in butter or olive oil are ideal. Avoid cooking eggs in seed oils like soybean oil or canola oil. Avoid burning the yolk. Now let's talk about how many eggs are too many. For most healthy people, 3 to 4 eggs daily is safe. If someone has severe insulin resistance, uncontrolled diabetes, or a genetic condition affecting cholesterol metabolism, they should monitor their response. Eggs should be eaten as part of a whole food diet. If you eat eggs with sugar, white bread, and processed foods, results will be different. Context matters. Now let's talk about energy. Eggs contain B vitamins, iron, and fat. These support mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are your energy factories. When mitochondria are well fed, energy production improves. Many people feel tired not because they lack calories, but because they lack nutrients. Eggs solve this problem efficiently. Now let's talk about aging. Aging is driven by inflammation, oxidative stress, hormonal decline, and nutrient deficiency. Eggs address all four. They reduce inflammation, provide antioxidants, support hormones, and deliver dense nutrition. People who eat eggs regularly often age better. Skin elasticity, muscle mass, bone strength, and cognitive function are better preserved. Now let's talk about bones. Eggs contain vitamin D and vitamin K2. These work together to move calcium into bones. Calcium without these vitamins can end up in arteries. Eggs help prevent that imbalance. Now let's talk about digestion. Eggs are easy to digest for most people. The protein structure is gentle when cooked properly. They do not irritate the gut lining like processed foods. If someone has an egg allergy, that is different, but intolerance is rare. Often the problem is not the egg, but how it is cooked or what it is eaten with. Now let's talk about cholesterol myths again. C. Cholesterol is essential for cell membranes. Every cell in your body uses cholesterol for structure and signaling. Low cholesterol is associated with depression, hormonal imbalance, and cognitive decline. Eggs do not clog arteries. Oxidized LDL does. Sugar, smoking, stress, and inflammation oxidize LDL. Eggs do not. Now let's talk about mental health. Protein provides amino acids like tryptophan and tyrosine. These are precursors for serotonin and dopamine. Eggs support neurotransmitter balance. Stable blood sugar also stabilizes mood. People who eat eggs regularly often experience less anxiety and irritability. Now let's talk about satiety and cravings. Eggs reduce cravings for sugar and junk food. When your body is nourished, it stops screaming for quick energy. This is why eggs are powerful for breaking food addiction. They nourish deeply. Now let's talk about practicality. Eggs are affordable, they are accessible, they require minimal preparation, they are portable. Few foods offer this level of nutrition at such a low cost. This makes eggs one of the most practical health foods in the world. Now let's bring everything together. When you eat 3 to 4 eggs daily, you are feeding your muscles, your brain, your hormones, your immune system, your eyes, your skin, your liver, and your metabolism. You are reducing hunger. You are stabilizing blood sugar. You are supporting heart health. You are slowing aging. The fear around eggs was based on outdated science. Modern research and real-world results show a very different picture. Eggs are not the enemy. They are one of nature's most perfect foods. If you are healthy, active, and eating whole foods, 3 to 4 eggs daily can be one of the smartest nutritional choices you make. Your body doesn't need complicated supplements, it needs real food. And eggs deliver that in a powerful way.